Hi everyone, I'm Maestro Neo and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to discuss about quadratic function. To start with, let us define what is quadratic function. A quadratic function is a function in the form of y equals ax squared plus bx plus c, or f of x equals ax squared plus bx plus c, wherein the value of a, b, c are all real number and the value of a is not equal to 0. The graph of a quadratic function is U-shaped and is called a parabola. The parabola is often downward if the value of a is less than 0, and it is often upward if the value of a is greater than 0. The lowest point or the highest point on the graph of a quadratic function is called the vertex. The graph of y equals x squared and y equals negative x squared are symmetric about the y-axis, and it is called the axis of symmetry. Let us discuss the graph of a quadratic function. Like what I have said a while ago, the parabola opens upward if the value of a is greater than 0 and opens downward if a is less than 0. The parabola is wider than the graph of y equals x squared if the absolute value of a is less than 1, and narrower than the graph of y equals x squared if the absolute value of a is greater than 1. If the vertex of the parabola is denoted by x coordinate and y coordinate, or it is represented by h and k, if you want to determine the value of the x coordinate, then you can use the formula negative b over 2a. The axis of symmetry is the vertical line passing through to the center of the vertex. So it means that the axis of symmetry, it is also the same as the x-coordinate of the vertex. So it means that if you want to solve for the value of the axis of symmetry, then you can use the formula negative b over 2a. Why? Because the x-coordinate of the vertex is the same as the axis of symmetry. So let us have an example of a function wherein we're going to determine the x-coordinate and the y-coordinate of the vertex. Example, y equals 2x squared minus 8x plus 6. The coefficient of the function y equals 2x squared minus 8x plus 6, or the value of ABC, are a equals 2, b equals negative 8, and c equals 6. After getting the value of a, the value of b, and the value of c, then you may observe that the value of a is greater than 0, and that is 2. So it means that the parabola opens upward. Now, after we determine the value of the x-coordinate of the vertex, and that is 2, so this time we're going to determine what is the value of the y-coordinate, and the question is how. The answer is by replacing the value of x to the original function 2x squared minus 8x plus 6, and then we can get now that the value of y equals negative 2. So therefore, if x equals 2 and y equals negative 2, then the vertex of the parabola is 2 and negative 2. Let us draw the vertex 2 and negative 2 on graph and draw the axis of symmetry x equals negative b over 2a. We all know that the axis of symmetry will pass through the x-coordinate of the vertex, and that is 2. So after we draw the axis of symmetry on graph, so this time, we're going to draw 2 points on one side of the axis of symmetry, such as 1 and 0 and 0 and 6. Now the question is, how were these points chosen? The answer, we replace or we use the value of x equals 1 and replace it to the original function so that we can find the value of y, which is 0. The same in 1 and 0, we're going to use now x equals 0 to find the value of y, and that is 6. Let us add another 2 points on one side of the symmetry. So the same in 1 and 0 and 0 and 6, we're going to use now 3 as the value of x so that the value of y becomes 0. And x equals 4 so that the value of y equals 6. And then, draw parabola through the plotted points. Let us now proceed to the vertex form of quadratic equation or quadratic function. And that is y equals a times the quantity of x minus h raised to second power plus k, wherein the vertex is denoted by h and k, and the axis of symmetry is x equals h. So this time, we're going to draw the graph of a quadratic function in vertex form. Example, y equals negative 1 half times the quantity of x plus 3 raised to second power plus 4, where a equals negative 1 half, h equals negative 3, and the value of k equals 4. Since the value of a is less than 0, so therefore, the parabola opens downward. To graph a function, first, plot the vertex h and k, or negative 3 and 4. Draw the axis of symmetry, which is x equals negative 3. Plot 2 points on one side of it, such as negative 1 and 2, and 1 and negative 4, and use the symmetry to complete the graph. So let us now proceed to intercept form of quadratic equation. Y equals a times the quantity of x minus p times the quantity of x minus q. So you may observe that the given function is in factored form. The x-intercept are p and q, and the axis of symmetry is halfway between p and 0 and q and 0. So let us now draw the graph of a quadratic function in intercept form. Example, y equals negative times the quantity of x plus 2 times the quantity of x minus 4, where a equals negative 1, p equals negative 2, and q equals 4. So since the value of a is less than 0, then the parabola opens downward. To graph a function, the x-intercept occur at negative 2 and 0, and 4 and 0. Let us now draw the axis of symmetry that lies halfway between this point at x equals 1, y1. The value of p is negative 2, the value of q equals 4, negative 2 plus 4 equals 2, divided by 2, so the answer is 1. Since the x-coordinate of the vertex is 1, then the y-coordinate of the vertex is y equals negative times the quantity of 1 plus 2 times the quantity of 1 minus 4, then the value of the y-coordinate equals 9. So the vertex of the function is 1 and 9. Let us write the quadratic function in a standard form. Example, y equals negative times the quantity of x plus 4 times the quantity of x minus 9. So this time, we're going to simplify now the right member of the equation. Multiply x by x, multiply x by negative 9, multiply 4 by x, so it becomes negative times the quantity of x squared minus 9x plus 4x minus 36 Simplify again the equation. Combine negative 9x and 4x. So it become negative times the quantity of x squared minus 5x minus 36. Simplify again, and the quadratic or the standard form of the quadratic function is y equals negative x squared plus 5x plus 36. So let us now proceed to example number 2. Y equals 3 times the quantity of x minus 1 raised to second power plus 8. Now since the quantity of x minus 1 is an example of a square of binomial, so you can apply now your concept about simplifying a special product, or you can also do the same in number 1 since there is a power of 2, so it means that we have now 2x minus 1. So it becomes 3 times the quantity of x minus 1 times the quantity of x minus 1 plus 8. Simplify, so it becomes now 3 the quantity of x squared minus x plus 1 plus 8. Then, it becomes 3 times the quantity of x squared minus 2x plus 1 plus 8. And the equation will become 3x squared minus 6x plus 3 plus 8. So that the standard form of the quadratic function is y equals 3x squared minus 6x plus 11. So this time, we're going to write now the quadratic equation or the quadratic function in vertex form, or in the form of y equals a times the quantity of x minus h raised to second power plus k. So let us now proceed to the example. Example number 1, 3x squared minus 6x plus 11. We're going to group together the terms containing x, and that is 3x squared minus 6x plus 11. Factor out a, which is 3. That's why it becomes 3 times the quantity of x squared minus 2x, then plus 11. We're going to complete the expression in parentheses to make it perfect square trinomial. So it becomes 3 times the quantity of x squared minus 2x plus 1, wherein 1 came from negative 2 times 1 half is negative 1 raised to second power, so it becomes 1. Then, multiply 1 by 3, so it becomes 1 times 3, 3, and then subtract it from 11, so it becomes 8. So the vertex form of the quadratic function is 3 times the quantity of x minus 1 squared plus 8. Example number 2, negative 2x squared minus 8x plus 11. So the same in number 1, we're going to group together the terms containing x, factored out a, and then complete the expression in parentheses to make it perfect square trinomial. So it becomes negative 2 times the quantity of x squared plus 4x plus 11. Then, it becomes negative 2 times the quantity of x squared plus 4x plus 4 plus 11 plus 8. So, the quadratic, or what we call the vertex form of the quadratic function is y equals negative 2 times the quantity of x plus 2 raised to second power plus 19. That's all. Thank you for watching. God bless and keep safe, everyone.